All right, let's dive right in. In a world that is just packed with noise, where everyone is shouting to be heard, how do you actually get your message through? Well, we're going to break down the playbook for modern marketing. And you know what? It all starts with one single, powerful tool: a great story.
You know that feeling, right? You've got this amazing product or a really powerful idea, something you genuinely believe in, and you put it out into the world and you get crickets. It's so frustrating. It literally feels like you're just shouting into an empty void.
But here's the thing, the real game-changing secret. The answer isn't to just turn up the volume and shout louder than everyone else. Nope. The trick is to tell a more compelling, more interesting story that actually cuts through all that noise and connects with people on a human level. So where do we even start with that? We start at the beginning, with the absolute foundation, your core brand story. Think of this as the map we're building before we ever start the journey. This breaks down into two essential, non-negotiable pillars. First, on the one hand, you have to know your audience. I mean, really know them. What are their challenges? What do they dream about? Then, on the other hand, you have to know yourself. What are your origins, your values? That authentic core is your anchor in everything. And this quote right here, this is probably the most crucial mindset shift you can make. It might be your brand, sure, but the story isn't actually about you. It's all about how your mission connects with your customer's life. Your story is basically the bridge between their problem and your solution.
So let's put a pin in it. Your brand story is that consistent anchor, the why behind every single thing you do. It's not just a single ad campaign. It's the bedrock that you build all your trust and authenticity on. Okay, so we've poured the foundation. Now it's time to actually build the house. Let's talk about crafting a narrative that truly captivates. This is where the magic really starts to happen.
Seriously, burn this into your brain. People will forget data points in sprite sheets almost the second they see them. But you know what they won't forget? How you made them feel. A story that sparks joy or empathy or inspiration, that creates an emotional connection that lasts. So how do you structure this emotional journey? Well, you use the classic hero's journey. This framework is just so powerful because it's basically hardwired into how we process stories. But, and this is the most important part, your brand is not the hero. Your customer is. You're the wise guide. You're the Yoda to their Luke Skywalker, showing up with the tools and the wisdom to help them win the day. Now, how do we make this story something people can actually touch and feel? That's where this cool idea of experiential marketing comes in. It's all about creating these immersive, real-world interactions that let people literally step inside your brand's world. And this could be anything, really, from a cool pop-up event downtown to an interactive art installation. The whole goal is to create these shareable moments that are so interesting, so unique, that people can't help but pull out their phones and post about it. What kind of experience could you create? Okay, so you've got this amazing, emotionally resonant story. Fantastic. But a great story is useless if no one hears it, right? So this section is all about turning up the volume the right way. Think about it this way. If your best friend acted like a completely different person every time you saw them, you'd be pretty confused, right? It's the exact same thing with your brand. Whether it's on social media, in an email, or on your website, it should always sound and feel like you. That's how you build real recognition and trust. But let's be really clear here. Consistent does not mean boring or repetitive. It just means you adapt the format to fit the platform, but you keep the heart of the story the same. So your core message could be a beautiful photo on Instagram, a deep dive article on LinkedIn, and a quick, funny video on TikTok, all telling the same story in different ways. And choosing those right channels is absolutely critical. The goal isn't to be everywhere. That's a classic mistake. The goal is to be where your audience already is. As you can see, that might mean LinkedIn for B2B stuff, or it might mean going all in on Instagram and TikTok if you're trying to reach a visual-first crowd. And once you're there, remember, this is a two-way street. Don't just broadcast your message like you're using a megaphone. Engage. Ask questions, run polls, respond to every comment you can. It's a conversation, not a lecture, and you've got to be an active, listening part of it. Phew, we have covered a lot of ground. So now let's take all of that and put it together into a simple, powerful, and easy-to-remember playbook. And here it is. It really boils down to 3 steps. 1, build your foundation, know your audience, define your story. 2, craft that story. Make it emotional, make the customer the hero. And 3, amplify. Share your story consistently where it's actually going to matter. That's it.
And just one final, really important thought. Your story isn't something you write once and then, carve into stone. It's a living, breathing thing. It's a conversation. And as your brand grows and your audience changes, your story is going to evolve right along with them. So keep listening, keep refining, and just keep that conversation going.
Look, the world is a noisy place, for sure. But it's also filled with people who are searching for connection, for meaning, for a story they can actually believe in. And you have that story. Your audience is out there, and they're waiting for you. So go tell it.